curious minds, welcome to Project Excellence Prodigy, your one stop channel for making project management simple and easy to understand. I'm Govind, a certified PMP. Today, we are looking at three key ideas: Lean, Kanban, and Agile. These terms are not separate concepts, they are connected and build on each other. Lean came first, a mindset that started in manufacturing at Toyota to cut waste, focus on value, and work more efficiently. Kanban came from Lean, a visual way to manage work with boards, cards, and columns, making it easy to spot bottlenecks and balance workloads. And Agile evolved later, especially in software and project management, to add collaboration, adaptability, and quick delivery based on user feedback. In short, lean is the thinking or philosophy, Kanban is the tool, and Agile is the approach. Let's explore each of these in more detail. Lean. Lean is a value driven management philosophy that focuses on maximizing customer value while minimizing waste. It aims to deliver more with fewer resources by eliminating non value adding activities and continuously improving processes. In project management, lean is not a rigid methodology. It is a mindset and approach that helps team become more efficient, responsive and customer focused. Origin of lean. Lean, as we know it today, actually began in post World War II in Japan, sometime in the late 1940s to early 1950s. It was developed by Taichi Ohno and Eiji Toyoda at Toyota Works when the company was struggling to survive in a tough economy. Back then, Toyota did not have the kind of resources that American car manufacturers had. They were facing a serious shortage of money, materials, and manpower. And on top of that, they had to compete with big players like Ford, who are already mass producing vehicles on a large scale. To tackle these challenges, Toyota came up with a smarter way to work. Instead of copying the Western assembly line approach, they designed a system that focused on cutting waste, producing only what was needed and when it was needed. It is called just in time, and constantly improving everything they did, a mindset known as Kaizen. They also made sure to respect and involve frontline workers, believing that those doing the work often have the best ideas for making it better. This new approach was called the Toyota Production System at that time, but it eventually became known globally as Lean, a way of working that is all about being efficient, reducing waste, and delivering value to the customer. When did Lean enter project management? Lean started making its way into project management during the late 90s and early 2000s, when people realized that its principles, which were originally meant for car manufacturing, could actually work well in other industries too. Companies began applying lean ideas to software development, construction, product design, and even large infrastructure and energy projects. The goal was the same: to reduce waste, improve efficiency, and deliver better results faster. The popularity of lean really took off after the Agile Manifesto was introduced in 2001. Agile, which is widely used in software projects today, is built on many lean concepts like customer focus, flexibility, and continuous improvement. Over time, more specialized approaches like lean construction, lean Six Sigma, and lean startup came into the picture. These helped bring lean into different types of projects and industries, making it a key part of modern project management today. Core principles of lean in project: identify value. Lean begins by asking a simple but powerful question: what does the customer really value? In projects, this means understanding the end user's true needs, not just following specs blindly. If you deliver features or services the customer doesn't care about, you are just creating a waste. For example, if you are delivering a solar power plant project, so value might mean a reliable system that reduces electricity bills quickly, quick ROI, and minimal downtime. It is not necessary to put the most expensive solar panels or advanced monitoring system. Focus your project goals around what delivers real benefits. Map value stream. Visualize every step in the workflow and eliminate non-value steps. Once you know what the customer values, the next step is to map out every activity or step involved in delivering that value. This is called the value stream. You analyze the entire workflow and highlight steps that don't add value, like delays, rework, or approvals that serve no real purpose. For example, during CRM software development project, you might discover that developers wait days for feedback from the QA team, or the UI design goes through too many back and forth. So these are non-value adding steps. So you can streamline accordingly. Create flow. Ensure uninterrupted progress of work. After removing non-essential steps, you aim to make workflow smoothly from start to finish. This means organizing tasks, resources, or people in such a way that work progresses without unnecessary steps, delays, or bottlenecks. For example, in CRM software development project, create flow means setting up continuous integration delivery pipeline so that once a developer finishes code, it automatically moves into testing and then deployment without any bottlenecks. Establish pull. Work on tasks based on real demand. In lean, work should be pulled by real demand, not pushed by assumptions or forecasts. This means you only start tasks when there is a clear requirement or customer need, rather than overproducing or planning too far ahead. For example, in CRM software project, you don't build all features upfront. Instead, you pull features from a prioritized backlog based on users' feedback and testing. Seek perfection. Continuously improve through feedback and team involvement. Lean is not a one-time fix. It is all about Kaizen. It encourages continuous improvement through small and regular changes. Teams are encouraged to give feedback, experiment, and improve the way they work. This ongoing effort is to reduce waste and increase value. For example, after each sprint in CRM project, the team runs a retrospective to review what worked, what didn't, and then tweaks their process, like improving how requirements are gathered from the sales team. Lean isn't about doing more work. It is about doing the right work in the right order in the most efficient way possible. Whether you are laying solar panels in the field or building a CRM system in an office, these five principles help you deliver maximum value with minimal waste. 7 wastes in lean. In lean thinking, waste is an activity that consumes time, effort, or money but does not add value to the customer. The goal is to identify and eliminate these wastes to increase the efficiency and flow. So acronym is TIMWOOD. T for transport. This refers to the unnecessary movement of materials, information, or people between places. For example, sending physical documents back and forth between departments or project sites, or forwarding emails multiple times for basic approvals, or physically moving materials or tools across long distances at a construction site without proper planning. So, what will be the impact? It will waste the time, increase the risk of miscommunication, and delays the execution. I. Inventory. This is about having more materials, components, or tasks in progress than needed. For example, stockpiling too many spare parts or machinery at site, or having too many software features built but not deployed. So, what is the impact? It blocks money and space, causes mess, and may lead to waste if things expire, become outdated, or don't match the latest version. M. Motion. Unnecessary movement within a process. It may look like people are busy, but they are not productive. They are not adding the value. For example, team members spreading time manually updating multiple spreadsheets or constantly switching between tools or systems due to poor integration. So, what will be the impact? It will reduce productivity and tires people out with no added value. W. Waiting. Idle time where no work is happening, often due to bottlenecks or delays in approvals or materials. For example, waiting for client approval to move to the next phase, or delayed procurement causing site idle time, or developers waiting for testing feedback. So, impact will be it will increase the lead time, disrupts flow, and lower the team morale. O. Overproduction. Doing more than what is required or doing it too early before it is actually needed. For example, developing extra features in a CRM system that the client never asked for, or preparing detailed documentation far ahead of schedule. So, impact will be it will consume resources and lead to rework or waste if priorities change. Another O, over processing. Doing more work than necessary or using overly complex tools and methods for simple tasks. For example, creating lengthy reports when a simple dashboard would suffice, or holding large meetings for issues that could be solved in a quick chat. So the impact will be it will waste time and confuse the stakeholders. D. Defects, mistakes, errors, or issues that require rework, repair, or do overs. It is often caused by lack of clarity or poor quality or miscommunication. For example, software bugs due to the unclear requirements or incorrect engineering drawing which led to the field rework. And impact would be delays delivery, increases cost, and lowers customer satisfaction. Next topic is Kanban. Kanban is like a visual traffic control system for your work. Imagine having a dashboard that shows every task, what is pending, what is being worked on, and what is done, all in one glance. Kanban helps teams visualize tasks, limit how much work is happening at once. It's called WIP, work in progress. Spot delays or bottlenecks early, and most importantly, keep the work flowing smoothly. It is flexible and supports continuous delivery instead of rigid plans. So, if something changes suddenly, your team can adapt quickly. Now, let's talk about the tool itself. This is the tool, the Kanban board. It is usually made up of columns like to do, in progress, review, and done. Each task is written on a card and placed in the relevant column. As work progresses, you move the card across the columns. This simple format helps everyone on the team and even stakeholders see exactly what is happening at any time. Where did Kanban come from? Kanban was first created in the 1940s in Japan by Taichi Ohno. This is the same person who developed Lean as part of the Toyota Production System TPS. It was originally designed to manage manufacturing inventory, but its ideas were so effective that people later adopted them for knowledge work and project management. In 2007, David J. Anderson adopted the Kanban method for project and software development teams. Since then, Kanban has become one of the most used agile tools in industries from IT to marketing to even healthcare. Core principles of Kanban in projects. Visualize the workflow means make work visible by putting every task or piece of work on a Kanban board, physical or digital. This allows everyone to see at a glance what work needs to be done to do, what work is being worked on in progress, and what work is completed done. It makes bottlenecks, delays, and dependencies visible, which enables team members and stakeholders to understand the status of work and its flow. For example, a CRM team uses a Kanban board with columns like backlog, in progress, testing, and done. Limit the WIP, work in progress. Set a limit on the number of tasks that can be worked on at any one time. This encourages focus and avoids overloading the team. Too many simultaneous tasks cause delays and lower the quality. So limiting WIP improves productivity and ensures that work moves faster from start to finish. For example, you allowed only 3 tasks in the in progress column. So now tasks can only be started when one finishes. Manage the flow. Actively track and review how work is moving across the workflow. Identify bottlenecks and fix delays. It keeps work progressing smoothly and quickly towards done rather than stagnating in one column. Normally, the testing column has too many items stuck in it. So we can assign an additional tester or can review why it is happening. Make process policies explicit. Means have a clear and defined rules for how work is done, when a task can move to the next column, and when it is considered done. It removes confusion and creates a shared understanding within the team about how work is performed. Implement feedback loops. Regularly review how work is progressing and how the process can be improved. This can be through daily meetings, reviews, or retrospectives. It keeps the team aligned, allows quickly detection of bottlenecks, and promotes continuous improvement. For example, a daily stand up meeting to review the Kanban board will ensure any delays or bottlenecks are spotted and addressed quickly. Improve collaboratively, evolve experimentally. Means encourage the team to work together and test new ideas for making the process more efficient. It fosters a culture of ownership, learning, and teamwork, making it easy to adapt and evolve over time. For example, the team has introduced a new review step in the workflow. So they will measure its impact and will decide collectively as a team if it is worth keeping that column or not. Next topic, Agile. If we trace the story of modern project management, it has evolved in a very natural way, starting with Lean as the foundation, then building upon it with Kanban, and finally growing into Agile. If we see this diagram here, the largest outer circle shows that Lean is the foundational philosophy. The inner circle placed inside Lean symbolizes that Agile evolved from Lean thinking. And Kanban is shown overlapping both, which indicates that it belongs to both Lean and Agile. It was originated from Lean and now practically being used in Agile environment, especially in the software projects. It all began in the 1940s and 1950s when Toyota introduced the philosophy to eliminate waste, optimize flow, and deliver maximum value with minimal resources. From Lean came Kanban, also pioneered by Toyota in the late 1940s. Kanban introduced a pull based approach to work, where tasks are started only when needed. Its core feature, the Kanban board, help teams visualize their workflow, limit work in progress, and maintain a smooth, predictable flow of work. Then came the era of Agile. In 2001, 17 software developers came together to create the Agile Manifesto, a new approach to managing projects that drew heavily from the ideas of Lean and Kanban. Agile embraced the same core principles, focusing on value, minimizing waste, and optimizing flow. But it added an emphasis on adaptability, customer collaboration, and small iterative deliveries. Through short time boxed sprints, Agile made projects more flexible, collaborative, and customer centric, allowing teams to respond quickly to change and deliver results faster. Agile is not just one method, it is an umbrella term for a whole family of approaches, each designed to help teams deliver value quickly, adapt to change, and stay focused on customer needs. Under this umbrella, many specific methodologies have been developed and are thriving in projects across industries. For example, Scrum. It is one of the best known agile method. It organizes work into short, fixed cycles, which are called sprints. It uses a backlog to manage the priorities and encourages regular review meetings. It is ideal for software, marketing, and digital projects where quick feedback and collaboration are key to success. Another agile method is Crystal. It is an approach that puts people and teamwork first. It doesn't enforce rigid rules. Instead, it focuses on open communication and trust, making it a great fit for smaller or medium sized projects where human interaction drives success. Next is XP, Extreme Programming. It focuses on engineering practices like clean coding, test driven development, and continuous integration, which make it ideal for highly technical software engineering projects where quality and precision matter. Next method is FDD, Feature Driven Development. It is used when working with complex feature rich projects. Its approach is to design and build by focusing on features that deliver specific value, making it highly structured and easy to track. Next agile method is DSDM, Dynamic Systems Development Method. It is used where the user involvement is must and you have to work within fixed constraints. It is perfect for projects where deadlines are tight and requirements evolve quickly, allowing teams to adjust priorities and deliver results within set boundaries. And finally, we have the AUP, Agile Unified Process. This is the modified version of traditional RUP, Rational Unified Process. It brings structure and discipline to large enterprise level projects, making it ideal when you have complex requirements but still wants to stay flexible and responsive. We will discuss all these methods in detail in our future lessons. So we can say Agile is like a toolbox and these methods are the tools within it. Each method has its own strengths and works better for specific types of projects. This helps teams choose the approach that fits their needs best, leading to smoother work and better results. So that's the story of Lean, Kanban, and Agile. Three ideas that work together to make projects smoother, faster, and more focused on delivering value. If you found this lesson valuable, please give it a like and subscribe to Project Excellence Prodigy. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep excelling. Namaste, goodbye, Sampai Jumpa.